And welcome everybody to the Colonel Does Feed the Beast. We are on the Trek Ultimate server. Thank you for joining us today. Wow. Apparently I have been busy. I don't even know where to start. So I needed to get some dyes going, and so this is basically the start of the dye farm, and this is the rest of it. And so basically what we've got here is so we've also got JABBA, which is the Better Barrels mod. So this is JABBA, and there's some cool things that you can do with it, and we won't get into that yet. We got the area behind them cleared out so that we can put some processing in there to make the dyes. So let me quickly go through this. These are the dyes themselves, and I think what we're going to do over here is have wool, and these things were a gift from Great Order, and they're kind of neat, but they keep freaking me out with their little noise that they make. You can probably hear it in the background. Anyway, so what we're going to do, I think, is put the wool here. And we're not going to automatically make the wool. All of the wool from the barn, we're going to put into basically the same format here. So we've got going through sort of the color gradient. And so we've got black and white, and then we've got gray. So the light ones are on the bottom, and the dark ones are on top. So we've got black, gray, blue, green, cyan, orange, red, and purple. And then on the bottom here, these are the only two that really are kind of stick out. We got the brown on the bottom. The rest of them are made with just lighter, I guess the white. We'll get into that. So over here we're gonna have the wool, and as I say, we're not gonna make the wool. We're gonna stick the white stuff down here. And then the rest of it is just going to be stuff that we craft. So when we stick it into the system, it'll get sorted out and come back and just get put into the barrels. And I'm thinking that we might also add another line of barrels for either for glass or for clay, but I'm not positive. Don't know if we want to do that or not yet. Regardless, it's going to be a while, I think, before we get to that point. But I'm really liking these barrels and some of the potential that goes along with them. But let's talk about the dyes here. So this is our dye facility. And you'll notice that we've only got the 5. So we've got the red, the white, the blue, the yellow, and the brown. The brown does not make anything. And the only sustainable source of brown is the cocoa beans. So brown has its own little farm, and we're gonna stick a guy over here to harvest them. And I don't care about the brown right now because it's on its own, and we have a few stacks of it. But basically, what we're gonna do is we're gonna stick a harvester golem in here, and stick a order upgrade on him so that he'll harvest the cocoa bean and put one back on the tree and then stick it in the chest, and that'll be done. Poof. The system will send it back out. Well, eventually it will send it back out, and it will sort it into this barrel. So that would be the brown. Now the blue is used to make purple, and the blue is used to make cyan. So, and it's also used to obviously make the light blue. So blue is a base color. Let's call them a base color. I don't want to call them primary colors because that's sort of not accurate. Oh, I guess it is. But it's a base color that we can make other colors from. Same with yellow. Yellow is used to make orange. And I think that's it. So we need yellow. Oh, shoot. Crap. Shouldn't have had him equipped. we go. So we need to have yellow in order to make orange, and we have red, which we have over in the little farm over there, and that's where we're going to actually start the episode today. And then we have white, and obviously white is used to make pretty much every one of the light colors except for the brown, obviously, and the yellow. So we're going to go over here to the red area, and we've got a little room set up here. And what we found is these roasters guys, and these guys are kind of cool. And I think I punched that one because he was in the doorway. So these guys lay eggs, and the eggs we are going to send back through the system, and the system will send those ultimately back up to, I think, to our chicken farm. But our chicken farm is actually not working right now, so we're just going to accumulate the eggs for now. We could just as easily void them, and we might end up doing that. I don't know. So these guys also lay, in addition to the eggs, they lay rose red. Plop them out just like they do an egg, and so it's free red dye. Plus, when they're walking over grass, they lay roses. So what we're going to do in this room is we're going to set up two guys, and I only have enough for the one right now. But we're going to set up a gatherer who's just going to walk around picking up the eggs and the rose red. And then we're also going to hook up a harvester golem. And he's going to basically pick up all of the roses. And the roses are going to be sent into the chest. So that's what we're going to set up right now, so that we can get that going. So we will put this guy down. I think we click on the chest, and then we click on, so this is the harvest animation core. So we click that on, and I hope he goes and starts picking up the roses. He should. Maybe not. Interesting. Maybe he's just thinking about it. I should be able to just click here, right? And he'll just harvest. I'm wondering if he might not do this because it's not a crop. That would kind of suck. It would ruin my plans. But then again, I mean, we really don't need all of the roses because these guys are laying the red dye. So maybe that's enough. I mean, I've already accumulated about 4 stacks, and that's just from walking through here occasionally. So if these guys are constantly going through here, they may be able to pick up more. So maybe that's not going to work. Well, crud. Alright. Plan B. So now we just need to go make some more stuff. So we're going to put some golems all over the place here and get this facility up and running. And we're going to put a harvester. Actually, you know what? We can use him over there, because I know he'll work there. Come on, man. Get in the door. What the hell? Alright. Do that. Got too much crap on me. Alright. What is going on here, man? Are you serious? What the hell was that? Oh, man. Okay. So, let us do our harvest. I don't know if I need to just plop him down, maybe? Oh, cool. Oh. No, don't do that. Stop. Crap. I need to put the upgrade on him, otherwise he's not going to replant anything. Eggs. Get the eggs out of there. Dude, get back here. Stop. Where are you? There we go. Oh my god. Alright, so let me go clean up this mess. So that'll be the brown. All set to go. And we'll have to put some restrictions on there because this is going to fill up that barrel really quick. And that's one of the upgrades that I want to put on there. But we're not quite at the point where I can get the upgrades going. Oh, I'm going to need a gatherer. Am I? Maybe not. Let's go check. What was I doing? Oh, I was talking about the barrels. So with the barrels, you can put it's called a void upgrade. And basically, some more gifts from Great Order. Thank you. Oh, crap. It's full? Come on, lag. Stop. Let's go. So I know this stuff's not contributing to it. Maybe the saplings are. Yeah, that should be good. Okay. So it's not putting any of the beans in here. Interesting. Alright, so I guess I need to put a gatherer there. So yeah, as I was saying, with the barrels, there's a void upgrade so that if the barrel is full, anything that goes into the barrel basically gets voided, which is good. It saves us having to do extra processing and everything like that. So that should prevent additional, machine lag. Excuse me, and item duct lag and all. That sort of condition. So we should be good if we put some of those void upgrades in there. But we're going to go into more depth with the barrel stuff in a bit once we start getting close to actually getting toward the limit of these. So this one here has a 64 stack maximum. So once we get to 64 stacks, then we'll start looking at possibly putting some void upgrades on some of these. So anyway, what we need to do now is just work on getting the rest of this facility up and running. So we are going to need another gatherer guy here, and we're also going to need to do some... It appears as though our storage for the AE system is going to be pretty much maxed out anytime now because we've got the tree farm still running. I may shut that actually down for a bit, and so we'll kind of take a couple of those guys over here to help out with the dye farm. And so we're going to put some processing in behind here so that we can get the dyes that go into the system out of the system as quickly as possible and into these barrels. But we are going to need for each of these 3 golems. So we're going to need the gatherer, we're going to need a chopper, and we're going to need a use golem so that he can replant the saplings. So we're going to need an additional set of chests, and that's not going to be a problem. I just need to go grab a few more blaze rods. Basically the AE system is going to send the saplings back into the chest so that they can pull them out. Over here, again, we're going to need 3 of those golems. We're going to need 3 over here. This guy is just going to need a gatherer. And actually, you know what? Let's just grab one from down here. The rose guys is just going to need a gatherer as well. Since we're not going to be... I guess we can't do anything with the roses. We probably could use a use golem for that. But I don't think we're going to need to. So... Dude, are you not keeping up? What are you doing? Are you stuck? So the reason we switch these out to the rubber trees is because the cooked rubber from the MFR actually gives us modus, and we need that for sticking into the cauldron. But I don't know what the deal is with this guy. It's alright. I'm going to take you back. I'm going to take you back. And I'm going to take you back. As soon as you finish chopping down that tree. Done. Thank you. Alright. So let us... you know what? I'm going to need you. But I don't need all of you guys. Alright, so this is the chop. Not gonna need him yet. The Golem Core use, not gonna need him yet. Gather we are gonna need. So let's just get this out of the way quickly. Oh no, come on. What are you doing, man? Just get it together, God. Oh my Lord. I think I just need to go to bed. I think that's exactly what needs to happen here. Just grant me the serenity. Seriously. Alright. I am spending way too much time derping about here. I wanted to get into some other things this episode, but it seems I'm getting in my own way. Alright, so let's get this gather dude set up. Get in the door, close the door, and we need to put him down. So this is the gather guy. Right click. He's going to go pick up the good stuff, stick it in the chest, and unfortunately it's not going to go anywhere because the AE system is full. So I need to go figure out a way to correct that. I think I'm going to have to put in some interim storage because we only have the one 16K, I think it is, in the system. So it's pulling everything in and it's sending everything into barrels, or not barrels. It's not actually using barrels yet. It is sending it into, talk about that in a sec, into these guys. So this is the only mass storage we have. The rest of it is actually stuck in this guy here, which is, oh sorry, it's a 1K. Even better. So I need to work on getting some more storage put in place. But I want to do that in a sort of an automated fashion, so it's good that we stopped the tree farm from going. So before I get to the pattern encoder, or the assembly thing, I've been a mining fool in the nether, grabbing all sorts of quartz. So we have almost finished the building. I think we just need maybe one more stack, possibly. We got this side done as well for the most part. And what I need to do is finally get the AE system, a lot more storage in it so that we can move all of the stuff from the temporary old base into here so that we can finish the building on this side. But we've got everything done on the outside, so this is looking nice. I'm quite happy with this building. Unfortunately, it wasn't an original building. I didn't come up with the idea. I just kind of adapted the what is it, wheels in motion, something like that. So this is what it looks like from the inside. We just need to close off the roof, and that's really it. The walls, we need to put the walls up, but I think I'm going to put some white glass, or maybe clear glass. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I'll probably decide once I have a bunch of white dye from the tree farm. But if we put some windows up here, I think that would look better than having it just solid quartz, because we've already got solid walls here. It'd be nice to see in. So we're going to do that, I think. And I think back here, I think we might put in some more of the carpenter's wedge slope blocks and put some more of the orange on it. Or we could use quartz as well. But I think we should either stick with the orange. I think we'll probably stick with the orange. So then we've got a smooth side on this side as well. And then up here is the top level. And so we're going to have the glass over here and the glass over here. And then we might have another one going up to the roof. I think what I might put up here is I think I may put a helicopter pad up here. Shabazabam, if you don't, he hasn't put a video up in a while, but he's, I think he's got a pretty big helipad on his current Let's Play, and he was mentioning that I should put a helipad in, so I think I may do that just for him. Put a helipad on top. It's a big area, so it's kind of look dumb just to have it all white, so may stick a helipad up there. We'll see what happens. So, you know, I cannot wait until this is done. Let me tell you, I've probably spent about 6 or 7 hours in the nether mining out quartz just to build this. So, but I'm really liking how it's turning out. So back to this guy, the assembler unit. So we are going to automate this to some degree, and I need to. I haven't really. I didn't think this through very well. So I may end up having to run a longer AE cable up here so that it's up above. Which I think is okay. I think that kind of fits sort of the design of a white factory, but I'm worried that the length of the ME cable is just going to cause lag. But I'm hoping that it's just because it's in this area that it might be contained enough. I'm trying not to put too much of that stuff in this base because we ran into some issues with it in the last server. And it's still on, right? Yeah. So we ran into some issues with it on the last server, and I don't want to avoid that on this one. So, but either way, we're going to fill this with, I think, 2 pattern encoders, and then the rest of them will be CPU units. So there'll be 6 CPUs and 2 pattern encoders. And that should get us by with what we really need. If we need to expand this at some point, then we can, but at least at that point we'll have some sort of patterns in here to make more of these, so it won't be as much of a pain. So that is where we're at right now. So I'm going to need to add some more storage, and I want to finish the pattern encoder, or the assembler chamber. I keep calling it pattern encoder. Finish the assembly chamber so that we can make more of these guys. So there's there's a progression that has to happen here, and I'm not quite there yet. But I think I'm going to work on that a bit and try and get that running, or at least maybe add another disk of storage, another storage drive, so that we don't lock the system up completely. And then try and get some sorting in place so that the items coming in are coming into this guy here. And so this is the area behind. So we're just gonna, I'm not sure what piping we're gonna use though. I'm still kind of looking into that. We could go with Buildcraft, but I don't think I want to do that. There's some pipes that are in the extra utilities. Is it extra utilities? It's probably looking me in the face. There it is. Transfer node. I think. Obviously, I don't know. But I was looking at some tutorials on how to hook that up, and it's a very basic thing. So I don't know if we're going to use those or item ducts or, you know, what we can do. We're not... I thought about logistics pipes, but we're not there yet. And I'm not sure we'll ever get to be using those because they do produce a little more lag. And it's basically duplicating what we have with the AE system. So we might go with the item ducts and see if they will, you know, do what I want it to do, and is basically just send the items from chest into this system. So we're going to make some more golems, make some more cores, and work on the AE system so we get some storage in place. And then when we come back, we'll put this all together and hopefully have a working dye farm that's more or less automated. I think what we're going to do over here is any of the dyes that we want to make that need combinations, we're just going to grab them, go to the crafting table, make them, stick them in the chest here, have them send back through the system, and they get sorted into the barrels. Which is the lazy way of doing it. Otherwise, it's in my inventory. I might as well just stick them in here. But we'll see what happens as we go forward. So stick around, and when we come back, you know, we'll start putting the pieces together. All right, so we haven't finished with the AE system yet, but we do have, I think, our item transfer system all ready to go. So we are going to make use of the extra utilities pipes, and because we're just using them for dyes, there shouldn't be a lot of traffic. And the extra utility pipes, they're pretty slow. Partly there are upgrades that you can use, but they haven't been implemented yet, so we're basically stuck with what is existing right now within the mod pack. And so what we're going to use is the transfer pipe, which is, again, it's not very fast, but it will serve our purposes, and the sorting pipe. So we should be able to get the items out into these barrels before the chests fill up. So we should be okay. So the AE system is basically going to route all of the dyes into a particular chest. And we've already got that chest set up. And its counterpart is right over here. And so we're going to use the transfer pipe, and the transfer node is what is used to suck the items out of an inventory, in this case our inner chest. And the sorting pipe is used to insert items into an inventory, but it will only do so if the item that's in the pipe is already existing in the inventory that it's trying to send it to, or if the inventory is empty. So if we're trying to send a, let's say a blue sapling through the pipe, it will go through each one of these, and it will only basically send it into this one here because this is where the blue sapling is. If we had, let's say, a polka dot dye, which doesn't exist, but let's say we're trying to do that, or let's say a cobblestone somehow made it into that chest, it would send it through, and it would not find an inventory for it because none of these are cobblestone, so it wouldn't send it through, and it would basically end up on the end. But we're not going to be sending anything into this chest other than dyes. And for that matter, the only things that we're going to be sending into the chest are going to be the ink sacs, the white saplings, the blue saplings, the cocoa beans, the yellow saplings. And actually, you know what? I shouldn't say that. Because if we're going to use this chest, then it's going to send all these dyes through. So it will have to send all the dyes through, regardless. But let me stop rambling and just get this set up. So we're going to stick this guy on the side here. And I think we can right-click it, possibly. Yeah. So right now there's rose red is in the chest. And it's been sucked into the transfer node. So it's ready to get transferred. I'm not sure what these are for. Maybe they're next in queue. I don't know. We'll have to figure that out as we go. I have not used this before, so I'm only going by what I've seen. So we're going to use the transfer node to go over here. And then, so what does this say? Okay, so it's searching for a place to put them, and we don't have one yet. So now I've made 16 of these sorting pipes. So we have red dye in there, and if I'm not mistaken, it's this one here. So this is the guy that's going to have the dye. So this is 669, so it should go up to 684. So let us just stick these on here. And we'll go all the way up to the red dye. I don't generally like loops, but I'm hoping that this will be okay, because I think it does go sequentially through the system. I'm hoping this doesn't cause any additional lag. If it does, we can always move these up. And actually, that might not look too bad either. So we still have not got anything exported. So it still has not found a home for it. So if we do this, it should start sending them out. Maybe. It sent it through. Oh, I just needed to update it. So there it is, 684. So that's cool. So that is basically our sorting system. The AE will send it down into that chest, and it will send it from the chest out to these guys. Sweet. So now we just need to get the system to send these items into it. I'm not sure how best to do that, though. So right now, oops. So right now we're using an export, right? Precision export bus. Actually, we'll remove that. So this only has like 8 slots, right? So what I'm thinking we might do, since the items are going to get sucked out the other end, independent of the AE system, is use a storage bus. I think it's called a storage bus. Use the storage, the same thing that we're using up there for the deep storage units. If we use that, then it will prioritize and export a whole whack of things. So we can specifically say we want all the dyes to go into here. So that might be, I think, what we're gonna do. Plus, it will allow us, again, as I say, to prioritize it and give us two different outputs for the saplings. And I don't think we're going to get to the AE system this episode, so maybe we'll focus on that next episode, because I'm spent a lot more time on the dyes than I had planned, and we'll probably have to get the golems set up in the next episode as well. But so when we chop these guys down, we're going to have a separate chest here for the saplings to come into. So we need a way to prioritize that, because we're going to have these yellow saplings going into the sapling chest, and we're also going to have the yellow saplings going into the other chest. So we can prioritize this as the top priority for the yellow saplings, and the other chest as the second priority for the saplings. So I haven't really messed around with priorities within AE, Applied Energistics, so this will be kind of an interesting thing for me to check into. So let me get... Well, no, I think we're going to end the episode here. We've gone too long. But that'll give you an idea of what we're trying to do in the next episode or two as we try and get this system more or less automated so that we can get all of the golems here working, have them sticking their stuff into the chest and having it pull it out and sort it into the barrels here. So lots going on, man. Lots going on. It's been a busy weekend. Pretty productive weekend, all things considered, even though it took us forever to dig this area out and dig all the quartz out from the nether. But things are starting to shape up a bit, and we're starting to very slowly get some automation in here. And the dyes are going to help us with some of the builds that we have coming up that I have planned. Most especially the blues. Oh, crap. I think I'm going to need to lock these. I think you can lock these by clicking down here. Nope. Shift clicking. Nope. Shift right click. There you go. There. So, oh, that's cool. All right. So shift right clicking. God, I'm rambling and I'm just dragging this episode out. If you shift right click, it'll lock the barrel to that item. And that's interesting. I wonder if that will work. I wonder if that'll work. So if we stick these guys in here. So there's nothing in the barrel, right? So what this basically does is it sets the barrel for the blue stained, or the blue saplings. But because there's actually nothing in here, I'm wondering if the extra utilities pipes, sorting pipe, might not. Oh, it does. Oh, that's awesome. So you could have nothing in here and lock it. Oh, I'm going to lock the rest of these. So that's awesome. So even if we use everything, it's still going to allow us to send items in here. That's cool. That is cool. Although it's supposed to do that for empty chests. I'm going to have to play with this some more. But I'm going to do that off camera. I think this is working the way I want it to. But, so I don't know. So many things are going through my mind right now. Alright. As if on cue. Wrap it up. Alright. Thank you for joining us today. If you have any comments or suggestions, please leave them below. And if you've used the JABBA barrels, let me know if locking these, if the pipes will actually work the way I'm thinking. So if I have two of these empty, I'm wondering if they will route the correct dyes to the correct place. But anyway, if you have any comments or suggestions, please leave them below. And until next episode, please do take care.